Hey, buddy. What are you doing? Were you good today while I was gone? Were you good? Yeah. Hank's been having some anxiety lately, which is really weird because he's never had that before. He's 11. He's a half husky, half lab that Misty and I adopted about 3 years ago, and took him to the vet on Friday. They gave me some little bit stronger medicine if his anxiety gets really bad, but I've been giving him CBD and it's been really helping him. So if you guys have a dog with anxiety, CBD really helps. I give him about 1 milliliter, which is like we have the little tincture things. I usually just put it in his food, mix it around, and he doesn't know the difference, and seems to really help. Yeah, you were good today while I was gone. The only thing you did was you got into this box of chewed up some cardboard, but yeah, just been me and you, the boys at home this week. Misty's gone. Okay guys, back at the house. So kind of wanted to put this at the beginning of the video really quick. Like I said, I did not go out and look at this job before I went there, and unfortunately I was not able to finish this job. I quoted a 4-hour minimum for this job, and from what the clients told me, I it looked like about a 4-hour job with the mulcher, and it probably would have been. Actually, I probably would have finished it right at about the 4-hour mark. But unbeknownst to myself and the owners of the lot, there was an old house on here. It had burnt several years ago, and they'd had a contractor come in, tear down what was left of the house, clean it up, haul it off. Well, whoever lived here before had left a whole bunch of stuff like around the ditches and the exterior of the property. I'm talking about, you name it, it was out there. Bicycles, metal posts, 4x4 treated posts, a lot of cinder blocks and concrete blocks, metal, wire, you name it, the mulcher hid it in there, and a lot of it was hidden. I ended up wrapping a garden hose around the mulcher. I ended up wrapping a big chunk. It was either like an old box spring frame or some barbed wire, rusty barbed wire around the mulcher. I didn't film me getting any of that out. I was kind of frustrated at that point. It seems like every time I put the head on the ground, I was hitting something. So just kind of bear with this, not like my best video. And then 3 hours into it, we sprung a hydraulic leak somehow, and I was only able to do about 3 hours worth of work. So I ended up only charging the clients for 3 hours worth of work, and they understood. I was out in the middle of nowhere and just couldn't go get a new hose very quickly or easily. I didn't even have any service to even look up where the nearest place to even get a hydraulic hose on a Saturday was. So, but the owners, while I was out there, the owners were actually going behind me in a little gator with a trailer behind it, picking up all the trash and trying to clean up so they can start to maintain this property. So unfortunately, sometimes with some of these properties that have had old houses and stuff on them, when you go out there and clean them up, you don't know what you're getting into, and the brush is so high and so thick, it's impossible to go through there and get all the trash and debris out. As a contractor or a owner or whoever, it's impossible to go through there and get that stuff out of there. So the job really didn't turn out the way I think myself and the clients wanted. The debris in there was a real hindrance, but we got most of it done. I'm hoping that they'll call me back out to do the rest of it, to try to maybe even bush hog the rest of it down and clean the back line up. I'm going to try to replace the hydraulic line on the machine on Monday. I can't go get one tomorrow at the hydraulic shop, and I'm probably going to need some more hydraulic oil too from Kubota. So that's that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are having a great weekend. All right, good Saturday morning, everybody. This is today's little project, and this is a little vacant lot. There was a house on it at one time, and now it's just vacant and all grown up. I'm not mowing any of this stuff in the center. I am just here to kind of do the perimeter edges of this lot, so the owner can come in here with his bush hog and mow all this stuff down, because all this really needs is a bush hog. But he wants me to get these ditches, which I don't think there's a ditch don't know if there's one through here, but there's definitely one right here. So we're gonna take all this stuff down through here. It's just some scrub saplings and stuff, nothing big. Some gums, wax myrtle, yada yada. Looks like a lot of gums. So, and then the property line is right there before that power line there, and then I'm gonna kind of just trim all this stuff back this way and mulch all that out in there, and that's gonna be that. And I could have brought the skid steer for this, but I really didn't know what machine to bring. This job is about a 2-hour round trip from the farm, so I had an ad up for this machine and they said this would work perfect, and it wasn't any point in making a 2-hour round trip to come look at this job, because they said it shouldn't take too long. So just to figure out which machine to bring for probably 4 hours worth of work. The skid steer might have made this a little quicker, but I've got a little more versatility with this thing to do these ditches and not have to point anything out into the road, and to kind of, you know, clean all that up. And they want like some of these trees trimmed too, so I'm gonna take the mulcher and kind of trim around that tree so they can mow around it and not have to worry about the limbs and stuff like that. So that should help. So I'm gonna let this thing warm up for a few more minutes and we're gonna get to it. It's a really brutally hot and humid Saturday. We're under a heat advisory down here in my neck of the woods, and I think a lot of the southeast is under that right now. So good thing I got AC in this thing. I think the system though needs to be recharged, but I'm gonna let this thing warm up and we're gonna get to it, see what we can get done. pretty well. There's the ditch right there that the former owner told the current owners that goes all the way around this property. So they basically told me just to follow that ditch line around and clear all this up. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn the machine and start working my way back this way and just kind of clearing all this out around that ditch. We'll trim some of these trees as well if they're overhanging it, and just work our way back to that corner there. And then I don't know if we're gonna do the ditch on the back. We'll see. I'll get back there and check with the clients and see what they want to do once I get back there. I can't really even get back there yet, so we'll get back there and take a look and see what we got. Let's get started. All right, everybody. Kind of a crappy end to this job for now. Let's see if I can stand up on the bed of my truck here. So got all that done, got that whole back line done, and got to about right there where that big pine tree is. Hit some barbed wire. Took about 15 or 20 minutes to get that out from the mulcher, and I was up here at the front right here, and then so I was like, all right, I'm gonna work my way over here and do this side and work my way back around over there. So I didn't want to go back over there and hit more barbed wire, and got right there about where that crepe myrtle is and blew a hydraulic line. So this was supposed to be a 4-hour job. The client wanted me to come out here and do what I could in 4 hours, so I got 3 in. So I'm only charging for 3 hours, unfortunately, and I'll show you guys. I really haven't had a chance to look where this got blown out. Looks like something punctured it. It's a bit, oh, there it is, right there. Yep. That's gonna be a bit of a pain of a line to get to, I think. Let's see where it goes. Okay, it ends right there. Ow, that's hot. Ah, that's hot. And comes down right there. That's not too bad. So looks like that was the thing for the cylinder, and I wonder if something poked it or if it just, that's just age. I don't know, maybe it just went, I don't know. But anyway, that thing started gushing like a opened artery, and so luckily I was able to just turn the machine around and just back the truck right up in here. But man, I hit everything on this job. I hit barbed wire, I hit a garden hose, plastic, a bicycle, metal, cinder block. The teeth in here took a beating. They took an absolute abject beating. Yep, that one's really bad. That one's bad. It was just like, and it was all hidden. You couldn't see it, most of it, you know. There's nothing I could do. It was this whole house lot. And I'll show you guys really quick. Let me grab I got a couple of new teeth. I keep 5 spares in the truck. I'll show you guys kind of what the difference is and what the teeth look like really quick. All right, so here's a brand new tooth. And so right about there. And so these teeth have every bit of 100 hours on them. So I'm really actually happy with the wear that I've gotten out of these teeth so far. And from what they've told me, these teeth are wearable all the way back to this line. So that's a lot of usable teeth. These teeth are very, very deep, which I really like. You get a lot of life out of them. At least I have so far. So I'm actually very happy with that. Remains to be seen how much more life I get out of these. They still seem to be productive. Even after I hit stuff, I didn't even sharpen them. I was just like, the heck with it, I'm gonna keep going, because I'm just gonna hit more stuff. So no point in sharpening them. And they kept working, they kept grinding. If this had been like bigger material, I probably would have been a little more inclined to sharpen them, but for this kind of, a lot of this was just smaller brushy stuff. I just was like, I'm just gonna power through it, and they you know, worked pretty well. So give you a good comparison there. And so these teeth, somebody asked, you sharpen these from the underside just like you would on a chainsaw. Like, you know, when you run a file through a chainsaw thing, the cutter's actually on the underside of the tooth, and these kind of work the same way, and that's the part that you sharpen right there on the underside. You don't sharpen the top. And that's the problem that I have with these teeth, is when they hit us, and this is a good example, is when they hit a cinder block or something, it wears this top edge here. And so when the tooth comes around, instead of it sticking out, like this surface is straight here, instead of the tooth sticking out flat and biting, it's now canted in like this, and the teeth tend to don't bite. They roll off the material and they don't bite as well. So, and you can kind of see that with this new tooth, how that top surface is completely flat. And so where it would bite, being flat right here at the top, where it's rolled off here, it doesn't quite bite. So anywho, I'm out in the middle of, I'm literally in the middle of nowhere. I don't have hardly no cell service. So I couldn't even find a hydraulic shop even if I knew where one was. I don't even know where I am right now. I don't even know how I'm gonna get home. So, but yeah, got 3 out of the 4 hours done today, and if I'd have had another hour, it'd have been close. If I'd have gotten completely done, it'd have been close. So, but this thing performed well today. It was perfect for doing what I wanted to do. They wanted me to trim this tree, and I was able to do that pretty good. They didn't really care about the branches being kind of frayed at the end. Just cut them as close back as they could, and then they'll come back and lop those off, you know, but they don't have the limbs to deal with. So yeah, they just wanted me to come in here and do as much as I could in 4 hours. It was just unfortunate I could only get 3. So that's my day. Kind of a win-loss, win some, lose some. So Monday it'll be my job to take that line off and take it to the hydraulic shop and get a new one. So hope you guys are having a great week, and hope it's a lot cooler wherever you are than it is here, because it is deadly hot here. So I will catch you guys later. I am out, going home. Peace.